Hello world, I'm Nom, and we're going to continue playing Vampyr. District level serious. Hey, was okay. Blackmail in Whitechapel. I talk to Darius shoot, whatever. Whoever that guy is. And we got some rats. Okay.
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Have you heard the good news?
I'm Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to.
Alright, let's use our vampire senses. It's bronchitis. The other way around. Oh, there's Dorothy.
It's locked.
Oh no, if only I could phase through it somehow with some sort of special ability. Let's try again.
I will return later.
House is empty, huh? Okay. There he is.
The strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be for Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nethercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.
Let's open up the map. So, find inhabitants, find Richard. Okay. Church, okay. Unknown?
Come on, Barrett, you know the game. You pay for peace of mind. Can't you just look the other way this week, Joe? Come on, we can sort it out, right? It's not my call, Barrett. You pay one way or another. Please, Joe. How long have we known each other? We even used to be neighbours, for Christ's sake. Welcome, sir. Please, take a browse of my wares.
I am Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind.
Doctor? Interesting. I'm Barrett Lewis. Usually I don't have time to waste with talk, but at this hour of the night I can hardly refuse.
Especially with that guy trying to shake you down. Alright. Okay, can't do that.
How is business around here?
Business? I have no business. Between this racket, theft, and customers getting scared, I'm losing money every day.
I see. Sounds like you blame someone in particular for your situation.
It's
Mexicans.
no secret Joe Peterson spends his time harassing merchants. But with me, he's trying to put me out of business once and for all.
As a merchant, you see Whitechapel every day. Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary recently?
What you mean besides the epidemic, the war, and all the usual crap? As long as I can remember, this part of town has been a bottomless pit, and no sign of the bottom yet.
Who hurt you?
Have you been hurt?
No, but that's only because I ran like hell. Those men were raving lunatics, I tell you. Not
Ran
even
so
able
far
to
away.
speak anymore, just screaming.
Violence is increasing in the borough.
Yeah. A few nights ago, some blokes jumped me. Came out of one of the condemned workshops. Fever, madness, something like that.
Where did this happen? Why did you go there?
In the closed workshops nearby. I worked there as an apprentice in better days. Now I only go to find trinkets or tools. Too bad I was mugged, though. There was good money in that little box of loot I lost.
Loot.
Have you heard of a nurse called Dorothy Crane?
Nurse Crane. So the bitch really is a nurse, then? Always thought she was just some crafty foreigner, that one.
She's just trying to help.
So she's trying to help her fellow immigrants. Why would that make her a villain?
Dorothy Crane ain't even a real name. Something like Dorothea Craniu. Something like that. Came to England fleeing the war, I was told.
That doesn't explain why she irritates you so much.
Your precious Nurse Crane gives away medical supplies and prescriptions for free. I offered to sell it for a fair cut, but no. Miss Crane wanted to play the quiet saint.
Right then. Show me what you have.
Show me what you got. Ooh, good resale value for rings. I'll just learn to scrap it on my own.
Excuse me, sir. I have a few questions for you.
Another journalist? I didn't answer the first one, so piss off!
I'm not a journalist, I'm a doctor.
A doctor, you say? It's quite a rare breed in this part of town.
Really? But still, here I am. Dr. Jonathan Reed, at your service.
I'm Joe Peterson to some, but Colossus Joe to most. And I don't remember asking for your service, sir.
Do you enjoy bullying people?
How did you become the local bully everyone is afraid of, Joe?
There's no pride in roughing up poor bastards. But this is the only job I've found. And it pays well, too.
A job? So you're racketeering for someone else?
I got enlisted by the Wet Boot Boys, a gang from the docks. I'm their muscle for their dirty work.
See, what would I say? I wouldn't say that.
Most people don't become thugs when unemployed. This is a choice you made.
I don't care what you think, sir. I do what I have to do for my own reasons, and that's that.
I'm not sure Mr. Lewis would agree with your by all means necessary philosophy, sir.
Oh, do you really think he's the poor victim here? Barrett can be as sneaky as anyone. Long ago, I even called the bastard my best friend.
May I ask what you do around here?
I do whatever I want, and sometimes even more. Now sod off.
According to you, physicians are scarce in this part of town. Why is that?
Not familiar with this neighborhood, are you? I guess your fancy colleagues are too afraid of being stabbed in the back.
This part of town does have quite a reputation. Would you say it's justified?
Totally. Look at me, for instance. I always look my opponent in the eye before knocking him out.
Have you heard of a nurse named Dorothy Crane? She's a colleague of mine, and is supposed to live around here.
Dorothy Crane? Yeah, I know her. One of the few good souls who dare to help the sick around here.
Could you please tell me more about her?
She's a nice girl. Tries to help the migrants. I offered to give her a hand, but she said my reputation would attract too much attention.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
Now, I wonder if we have anything interesting to say to him.
Fancy buying something, sir?
You never lose your focus, do you? Joe Peterson. He's the villain here, isn't he? But you seem to know each other.
I'd known Joe for years. I saw him box once or twice. He was a friend then. But these days, he's just another thug.
What can you tell me about Mr. Peterson? Besides his behavior toward you, obviously.
Colossus Joe was a decent boxer, good one even. But after his wife passed away, he found every excuse to stop training. Just wanted to pick fights with everyone.
Without making excuses for him, it's safe to say that despair can poison even the sanest mind.
We've all had some rough times, ain't we? But most of us don't use our fists to see us through.
And no one has ever stood up to this thug.
Nobody would be fool enough to stand against a wet boot boy.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Lewis.
How was he doing? He's pretty psyched up.
Excuse me, sir. Are you familiar with this part of town? Name's Clayton Darby, reporter.
Sorry, I'm new to Whitechapel. But perhaps you could help me since you're a journalist. My name is Jonathan Reed.
Dr. Reed, the famous surgeon. I'll gladly help if I'm able, sir.
I heard you're investigating an underground medical dispensary in Whitechapel. What do you know about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. They are wary of strangers, and I'm not really an acquaintance of theirs. Why do you care?
Let's see.
I'm a doctor, Mr. Darby. I care about everything involving public health and this epidemic.
Are you sure you're not just concerned about the repercussions that a scandal involving a certain Nurse Crane from the Pembroke Hospital would bring?
Without a doubt, you are a damn fine journalist, Mr. Darby. What do you know of her accomplice, a man named Darius?
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious. Never goes out. Doesn't seem to have any friends or family.
He never goes out?
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from his house.
Really? How do you know?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it away.
He has no relatives at all?
No. Except for that strange man, a poet named Richard Nethercott, who sometimes comes by. Darius would never let him in.
Where can I find this Mr. Nethercott?
He spends most of his time lurking around Whitechapel, talking to himself or declaring verses. These days, you can usually find him behind the church.
You sure he isn't that guy talking right behind you?
Why are the newspapers keeping silent about the Spanish influenza? It's as though none of you care.
There's a war going on. People shouldn't be demoralized by news of deadly diseases.
It's a disgrace. People are left to die alone. No one is properly informed of the risks.
These are bad times indeed. So much for the glorious British Empire.
Have you any idea of the danger you face in these streets at night?
I've had to run and hide more than once from frenzied mobs incensed by the fever. Do you think the flu is really responsible for this, Doctor?
I must confess, some of my rational views have been shaken by recent events.
I'll remember to stay away from the district's roughest streets then.
What is a journalist doing in this borough after sunset?
He goes where none of his colleagues would dare to go, to inform the country.
So you risk your life to reveal the truth. I saw many reporters do the same during the war.
Whitechapel is the crucible of so many untold stories and tragedies. I want people to know them.
That's quite honorable of you. But is the public interested?
Not at all, sir. And that's why I'm an independent journalist, hoping to sell some stories.
They just make up some clickbait. You'll get plenty of money then. Alright.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
Mailbox. Oh, okay. You okay, brah?
Forgive my interruption.
Do not apologize, my son. Father Tobias Whitaker is always happy to teach mortals about the incoming Armageddon.
I am Dr. Jonathan Reed, and I just have a few questions.
A scientist? You are much more lost than I thought, my son.
Alright. Know what you're up to then.
Have you any friends? Any family left in these terrible times?
No. But I have a disciple I see as my son. He is so devoted. I send him to preach the good word in the heart of this corrupted city.
Where did you send him?
I sent Samuel to the Stonebridge Cemetery, where the pestilence and evil grows night after night.
You sent him on some preaching crusade during the epidemic.
As a true believer, Samuel will fear no evil while he walks through the valley of the shadow of death.
What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought?
All scientists are entangled in a world of causes and consequences, and most of them can't see the plain truth.
Quite a judgmental opinion, if you ask.
Bet you're an anti-vaxxer.
But what do I know? Blinded by science as I am.
But you are seeking answers, aren't you? Answers about the Armageddon about to strike the city. Answers about the hidden truth.
Well, I suppose I can spare a few minutes listening to your so-called truth.
As a doctor, you must be aware of the decimating epidemic. But let me tell you that this so-called Spanish flu is just the beginning of the end.
What do you mean?
The beast is finally revealing itself, corrupting the flesh and the heart of men. With my own eyes I have seen them, those minions from the abyss.
Really?
And what would be your answer to this biblical threat?
We must fight the disease before this legion outnumbers us. But not with scalpels and microscopes. No.
What is left then?
Cleansing fire.
Oh, that's kind of scary. Bit worried here.
Tell me, Tobias, what exactly is your plan concerning the cleansing of this city?
God will recognize his own. More than once this city has risen from the ashes, hardened and purified by the flames.
Purification by fire has proved useful, but where do you stop? Burn the clothes? The buildings? The corpses? Worse?
Your lack of faith is predictable. But my task is to convince rational minds like yours to see the light. This is God's will.
You're mad and dangerous. You're nothing but a soulless butcher. A small-time Torquemada. The Savonarola of Whitechapel.
My son, if you think salvation is a free gift, go listen to the lies of that pompous fool, Joseph.
Joseph, a fool?
Vicar Larrabee of St. Mary's Church. While he continues preaching his fraudulent redemption, more and more people die in the streets.
Okay, we got a new hit. Oh, shit. Hold up. There. We got swapped up interfaces.
What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought?
All scientists are entangled in
Ah,
the world
fuck,
of
I am
causes
lost.
and
I just
consequences.
repeated the same dialogue
And most
choice.
of them can't see the plain truth.
Quite a judgmental opinion, if you ask me. But what do I know? Blinded.
But you are
Oh, there.
I am. But the answers I seek are based on facts, not superstition. Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like the liberal ideas of nurses, but I especially abhor that Nurse Crane you mentioned.
So, you're not exactly a fan of Florence Nightingale's work. But nurses are essential for modern healthcare.
Nuns should be the only women allowed to take care of male patients. It's obvious only they have the necessary moral fiber.
What?
Why do you hate Nurse Crane more than other nurses?
Before coming to London, she was a member of the communist resistance in our country. That's what happens when you let a woman get involved in politics.
I have heard enough for tonight. Goodbye.
Oh, you can't just walk in. Okay. Hold on. Let me check my abilities. Got my machete. Okay, my healing there. Claws. Blood spear. And Shadow Veil. Oh shit, there's more. Oh fuck. 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 Fuck, shit. Let me heal, you fucking bastards. Fuck, shit. Ah, fucking shit, fuck. Why don't I understand the combat? Fuck. No. Come on. I need more stamina. Fuck. Ah, man. Trump was right. I don't have the stamina for this. The worst part about all this is that they're probably gonna respawn when I leave. Alright, now can I go in? What? No! How do you enter this building? Okay, there's a bunch of blood here. Fuck. Do I have to fight more? Combat's not really this game's best element. Uh-oh. I don't like the look of this. Unknown? Well, could be worse. Hey, brah. Want to have a conversation?
I'm Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions.
Please be my guest. Although I may not be the best informant regarding this part of town, my words speak about that which the eyes cannot see.
Really? Are you an artist of some kind?
I'm a poet, sir. Richard Nethercott, at your service.
May I ask you a few questions about the district?
Extraordinary part of town, is it not? I'll be glad to help you, if I can.
What can you tell me about an old man called Darius?
Darius Petrescu? Yes, I know him. At first, I thought he was only a small publisher. I invited him to publish my work, but his reaction was pretty clear.
Not interested in your talent?
Darius is an old political activist who takes delight in printing tracts and lampoons. Those communist activities only require mediocre writing skills.
Damn commies.
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane, a nurse who lives in this vicinity.
Dorothy Crane. Oh, I love the name. The Crane of Whitechapel. Sounds very mysterious. But, sorry, no, never heard of her.
Well, you're fucking useful.
Tell me, Mr. Nethercott, why seek inspiration in Whitechapel?
The place is not beautiful per se, but how to explain it? Stirring and challenging.
In what way, exactly?
The struggle by gaslight, The barren smiles and the arid hunger under the rain.
If you say so.
Such vibrant antagonism and vivid paradox. The stripped humanity raged across each street.
Vivid, of course, yes. And what about the poignant distress?
Oh yes, the poignant distress. You see what I mean, don't you? That's what I want to write about, and that's what Whitechapel is made of.
Do you not think it a little morbid?
On the contrary, sir. Whitechapel is full of life, full of beauty. Just like my dear muse, the wonderful Camellia.
What can you tell me about Camellia?
Not much. And that's the beauty of it. She can't speak, you know. She's a locked mystery who exhales kindness and sweetness.
Okay. Got yourself a waifu, huh? Okay.
And have you ever tried to learn more about her? Where she lives? How she survives? Whom she may know?
Maybe I prefer she remains an enigma. Reality can be so dull, don't you think?
Perhaps you're just afraid to find out the truth about your muse.
One day, perhaps, I'll ask her to come with me. But will she still be my wild flower of Whitechapel if she moves uptown?
Are you aware that your life could be in danger in this part of town?
But this is where I must be to feel the real beat of the city. I had to come, see it for myself, alone.
If some misfortune came upon you, who would be here to help you?
Well, you for a start, my dear doctor.
I understand your need for solitude, but it's not safe around here.
I don't care. I don't have many friends, Doctor, and my family despises me.
I wonder why.
May I ask what you're doing at this hour of night, sir? Do you live here?
Not at all. I'm just enjoying the pleasure of a quiet walk. Though night talks are always preferable, if you ask me. Especially with strangers.
But are you not afraid of the epidemic?
Oh, why should I? I see some equity in the Spanish flu. No flesh should be saved, say the scriptures. Good or evil, rich or poor, all are equal in the eyes of the flu.
If you say so. But as a physician in a time of epidemic, I must caution you to avoid unnecessary exposure, sir.
Thank you, Doctor. But we both know the seeker of truth has to go boldly where the weak dare not.
This ain't Star Trek, bruh.
What are your thoughts on the terrible situation in this city?
Terrible, you say? No. Of course, the death of so many innocents is a tragedy. But the scourge has not been all bad for the city. Oh, no, sir.
What are you talking about?
Do you remember London before the flu? Noisy, cacophonic, quiet nowhere to be found. And now, listen to this oddly peaceful silence.
Peaceful? That's quite an unusual way to speak about the epidemic. And very inappropriate, I must say.
Most people fail to understand my perspective. I don't blame them. But how could I call myself a poet if I veiled my feelings?
Okay, we're done here.
I'll leave you alone, sir.
Alcohol. Ooh. Right, so we got the letter. Let's see. Sycophant Publishing Limited. Lavender Court, Camden Street, London. Dear Mr. Nethercott, thank you for sending your book of poems, Songs from the Defeated City, which we found as interesting and profound as we told you the first time we received it. Alas, in the terrible times our country is currently facing, you must understand that such title would be totally inappropriate for any publication. Thus, since you still refuse to change your title and demand the full publication or none of your work, I'm sorry to announce to you that Sycophant Publishing chose the second option. With kindest regards, A.G. Morris. Oh, different letter. Well, I guess we know why this guy's roaming the streets. He's out of a job. Flower bouquet. A small flower bouquet with a voucher for free medical checkups. Okay. Another hint. Who's this lady? Do you have lore?
I'm Dr. Reed. I'd like to ask you a few questions. I know what you're thinking. A tall stranger who meets a girl in the street at night. It reeks of the penny dreadfuls. But I mean you no harm. Truly.
Oh, you're quite a conversationalist, huh?
Tell me about Richard Nethercott. I understand he is quite fond of you, Camellia.
I feel we're getting somewhere, yeah.
Camellia, I know you work for Dorothy Crane. Please tell me about her secret dispensary. A stubborn and mute comrade. Nurse Crane and Darius Petrescu have been clever. I know you understand what I'm saying. Your silence has nothing to do with you being mute, does it? Very well. Goodbye, then.
Okay, Darius Petrescu's letter. My dearest, most beloved children, I'm so sorry you have not heard from me for a few months. The situation in London has been difficult. I know it may sound selfish and silly when you, my children, are still living in a country consumed by war, but there is also a war going on here in England. A war against poverty and against injustice. This is a war I intend to fight, despite my advanced years. This is why I'm writing to you today. I won't be coming back to Romania. That probably means I won't see you again before I die. Be sad, my darlings. You're grown up now, and you have children of your own. You know the sacrifice we sometimes must accept to make the world a better place. This is one I must make now. Feel useful one more time. I wish you a long and happy life. Kiss my grandchildren for me, and remember that your father loves you all the way from this cold, damp country. I am, as ever, your loving father, Darius Petrescu.
The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to enter. Darius is a bit less of a mystery now. It should not be that difficult to incite him to let me in.
Against malevolence and trickery.
Good evening, Doctor. Can I help you?
See if we have any new dialogue options. Nope.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby.
See the true horror around.
Good evening, Mr.
It's far.
I have heard it.
Okay, I finally realized that you can press X to skip everything. Oh, hello.
Don't be shy, handsome. What can Christina do for you?
I'm not looking for what you're selling. But I'd like to ask you a few questions, if I may. I'm a doctor. Dr. Reed.
All right then, but be quick. Though I usually get paid when I open my mouth.
Tell me about yourself.
Are you joking with me? People don't usually come to see me for conversation.
I have no...
This is an RPG, lady.
I am, however, curious as to what led you into this career.
Short story. The war, exile, and England. This country is not especially welcoming. I've been refused many jobs because of where I am from. I had few options left.
I always thought I was the master of my own fate. But now I know we don't always have control over our lives. I don't judge you.
You know, this money is not only for me. I have good reasons to need this money quickly. But it is not your concern, Doctor.
Clayton Darby claims he will expose the crisis in Whitechapel to all of London. Do you believe him?
I believe Clayton's courage will erode with time, until he finally leaves Whitechapel to start another fight somewhere else.
Are you talking from experience?
I've seen your type come here to get a good fuck in a cheap room or a dark alley before going back to their fancy houses in the West End.
Why this skepticism?
How can you speak about starvation if you've never been hungry? Or about poverty? Or anything else you have never suffered from?
Christina, have you been examined? The epidemic is spreading fast in London, and you could be exposed. Or expose others.
I don't like doctors or hospitals, but I don't like you asking questions.
You can put your own life in danger, that's your decision. But what about your clients? If you're contaminated, you will put them in danger too.
And you think that would worry me? If you knew the men I deal with, their health would not be what you'd worry about.
Considering your line of work, I assure you it is only a matter of time before you have health issues.
If it is going to happen, it will happen. Right now, I need money. That's what's important.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Anything you can tell me about her would be helpful.
I don't know her, but I know her name is Dorothea Crăciunescu. She came from Romania like me and many others.
You seem to respect her.
Dorothea helps the sick people of Whitechapel. Everyone should respect that.
Goodbye, miss. Take care of yourself as best you can.
See anything new?
You again?
No. No.
Goodbye.
Fancy bye.
You never...
Nothing? Nothing.
Goodbye. Mr. Petrescu, just 1 minute, please.
You again? Go away.
Sir, wait. Stop this nonsense. I know Nurse Crane is here. Shall we speak man to man, you and I?
All right. Speak up.
Don't you see we're on the same side? We fight to help the poor, sick, and abandoned.
I'm nothing like you, Mr. Doctor.
Yes, you are. You too believe in providing medical care without charge. You know what we have to sacrifice to make the world a better place.
I have to admit your words have conviction. All right, I'll let you see Dorothea. Don't make me regret this, though.
Ooh. Money. I mean, you provide healthcare for free, right? So, you're not gonna need that. Let me just loot everything you got here. Antique of figure. This seems like a bunch of background information. We'll leave that out for now. Yeah, it just helps us understand lore more. Not too important for the story.
It's locked, all right.
Can't read everything, guys. We're gonna have to cut our losses at some point. Sure he doesn't mind? Don't need this. That was the sound.
Can you hear my voice?
Lara and Nurse Crane. London, 31st October. My dear Dorothea, when you read this letter, I will be on the boat that will take Anton and me back to Brasov. England was not for us, and I confess I cannot wait to see again the proud hills of Transylvania. As soon as we are there, I promise I'll light a candle in the Black Church and pray for you to survive this terrible epidemic. I know that you do not agree with this decision, and that you are determined to be more useful by helping our comrades exiled in the East End. But Anton cannot wait to return to our beloved country and see our long-awaited revolution bloom. He is my husband. I will stay by his side. I know we had our arguments and our fights. I know you would have wanted me to stand by your side and help you manage this clinic of yours. But now that I'm leaving England, be assured that if anything would happen to you, if you ever were in great trouble or danger, I would come back immediately to London, with or without Anton. Please think of me as much as I think of you. I am your affectionate sister, Theodora. We'll just loot everything.
I need help.
Oh, you should have thought of about that before starting this up on your own.
He's going into convulsions, Doctor.
What do we have here, nurse?
Patient Razvan Vasily. High fever running on 3 days. Complaints of dizziness, muscle aches, and head pain. Diagnosed with influenza.
Treatment?
Aspirin and salicin for the fever and discomfort. Liquids for dehydration, but he's having trouble keeping even water down.
Thank you, nurse. Anything else I should know?
He did lose consciousness this morning, but he's never had convulsions like these.
He's not convulsing, he's choking. He's not getting any air. Scalpel! Hand me that scalpel!
What can I do, Doctor?
It's too dangerous to operate with these convulsions. Sedative, nurse. Do we have any anesthetics?
I'm sorry, Doctor. None at all.
I hope I know what I'm doing.
I need to perform a tracheostomy. Short pipe. That rubber tube will do. We're going to cut a passage for air through the neck.
Yes, Doctor. He's breathing again, but he's coughing up blood.
Internal hemorrhaging. I need to make another incision into the chest cavity to drain the fluids from the lung. Prepare another tube.
A thoracostomy. Doctor, we've nothing to fight the infection. We need an aseptic environment.
Right then, Nurse Crane. What do you suggest we do?
I've no idea. I'm not the doctor.
Time is of the essence. We need to perform a thoracic drain.
Yes, Doctor.
Think, lady, think.
He's still bleeding, Doctor. I'm losing his pulse.
The drain must have punctured the intercostal artery. There's too much blood.
I know what I can do.
Are you alright, Doctor?
I can't see. I must first suture the artery. Find the wound. The source of the blood.
Needle and thread, Doctor.
Oh shit.
Good. The stitches are holding. How's he doing?
We're losing him. We've lost his pulse. He's dying, Doctor.
A dose of epinephrine, now.
Yes, Doctor.
Oh man, I have no idea what I'm doing. Is this right?
We've lost the pulse. He's gone, Doctor.
Nurse, we did everything we could.
Truly? Everything you could. Is that how you'll report this in your log? Is this how the war went? Piling up one poor corpse beside the next?
This was not an influenza-induced seizure. I've never seen symptoms like these on the continent.
Neither have I. But the previous symptoms leading up to this attack were the same, indistinguishable from the epidemic.
No. There was something more vile in these reactions. Something primitive.
There have been numerous reports of mental breakdowns caused by the fever that accompanies the flu itself, Doctor.
Yes, but... I'd best take some samples of the blood for analysis.
Maybe this was not passable for story purposes.
I doubt you're here to test my bedside manners.
Hold on, let me loot things.
It's locked.
I owe this courtesy. This is an unfitting place. I suspect it was more than intuition alone that led you to us. So, how might I be of service, Dr. Reed?
I've come to put an end to this insufferable blackmailing, Dorothy.
Doctor, you think your warnings scare me? I've stolen and plied, blackmailed and lied, but what else am I to do? I'm all these people have.
You've convinced me of the sincerity of your actions and their noble justifications. But all the same, blackmail is a crime, and it will stop, Nurse Crane.
So, are you going to turn me over to the authorities?
What's this?
Listen very carefully, Dorothy. You will erase from your memory everything you pretend to know about Lady Ashbury and Pembroke Hospital.
Let that rich bitch off the hook over my dead
Nurse
body.
Crane, enough. Listen as if your life depended on every word. I know you've a generous heart who gives freely to those in need, but you shall walk away from the shadier streets of your business.
I will never abandon...
Dorothy, the discussion has come to a close. Your clandestine activities in the Resistance are over.
Oh.
Let it go.
I'll let it go. Yes. All gone.
Mesmerize level increased. Ooh, the district will soon suffer.
Stinks already.
Alright, I'm not too sure if I'm happy with my decision, but you know what? We're gonna live with it. Because I don't know if I can reload anything.
Turn around, sir.
Who the hell are you?
When science fails you, this elixir will give you faith again.
Good evening, miss.
Good evening, sir. Are you interested in a miraculous cure for this unknown and deadly epidemic?
Actually, I am.
Then you have come to the right place. The famous Swanborough cordial is all you need to help keep you in perfect health.
Oh, really? Why didn't I hear about it during my studies? I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Ah, my brother has spoken of your research, sir. I'm Loretta Swanborough, and it's always a pleasure to meet a fellow healer.
Tell me, who intrigues you most in Whitechapel?
The region itself is something to see, but I would say Camellia the mute florist who gives away her flowers.
What do you think of the locals?
Most of them are afraid or desperate. They all come to me eventually for my remedy.
Is there anyone I should avoid?
Cadogan Bates, without a doubt. The bloody bastard remorselessly exploits poor migrants as soon as they get here.
I'd like to see what kind of medicine you're selling.
Any junk I can sell? We'll worry about it later. Merchant. Darn, I can't get over there.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Gotta do what we gotta do.
This is despicable.
Well, that was a juicy one.
I can't believe I'm doing this. Human blood. Whoever left these marks did so deliberately.
Kill it, boy!
Oh shit.
Crush the leech, boy! Burn it, boys! Fuck, he's dead!
What? There's another one? Fuck.
Back to the bloody cry!
Alright. He is not good, so don't use projectiles. What should I use then?
Let's see! Die, vermin!
shit! Nope. Nope. Fuck. Fuck! I had them. I just kept forgetting to change the auto lock. Fuck. God.
Human blood. Whoever left these marks
Fuck
did
this.
so deliberately.
Die, vermin! Burn it, boys!
Are you fucking serious? I can't. Oh god. No. Okay, just kill me. I can't believe we have to go through all this fucking again. Fuck. Shit. I swear, I'd really like this game if it wasn't for the combat.
Human blood. Whoever left these marks did so deliberately. I have this thirst for blood.
Okay. Increase stamina. I need more stamina. I don't have enough points. Damn it. Disappearances in Whitechapel. Reports of mysterious disappearances have escalated in the past weeks. It has reached the point where witnesses have to queue before recounting their testimonies to an officer. Although this phenomenon appears to be a nationwide occurrence, the statements of the last 24 hours have converged around a single area of the country. Whitechapel, London. Yes, once more, the despised and loathed East End is left to struggle on its own, continuously overlooked by authorities, even while numerous families in this district report the unexplained disappearance of relatives and neighbors. What has happened to these missing individuals? Where are they? The only link between them seems to be their health and their need for urgent medical attention. Until recently, it was a local secret that the only place to get help was a discreet dispensary managed by unidentified Good Samaritans. But the place now seems to be closed, and no one has any news from the facility. Did the missing persons go to a more secret place? Have they been discreetly moved to a more official service? One day soon, the London City Council's Board of Health will have the answer to this mystery. gonna upgrade this. Ooh. Oh. We need tiny common handle part. Decrease stamina consumption. Absorb blood points when the weapon hits. I mean, isn't that the same as the absorption though? Like, common machete. Increase damage dealt. Okay, decrease stamina consumption. Common hacksaw. That would be a good weapon for a doctor to have. Common handle part. %10 more damage, or more blood, more damage. Okay, let's go to our weapons. Change. Yeah, let's just stick with the one weapon so that way I don't get confused. Start to fight these guys. I guess I'm better prepared now. I'm more stamina. Still. Any other way around? No, this would be the quickest path. Alright, one of these guys. Still out of stamina really quickly. Okay. Alright. There we go. Hey, loot. Okay, I think that was it. Okay, at least we're getting a hand on the combat now. Oh, there, J Park 05. Welcome to the chat. Nice to hear from someone. Okay, was this the way I wanted to go? Hold on. Or was it this way? Oh, now it opens. No, you just have to arbitrarily defeat the bosses. Okay. None of my business. This district has gone to shit thanks to me, so I'm leaving. Healthy.
I would ask you to avert your eyes, sir. Or did you not know it was rude to stare?
I knew it.
Speak up, Dr. Reed. I like a man who speaks his mind.
Passion only hides your appetite.
Hiding your true appetites behind a facade of compassion. Bravo. Very clever indeed.
Spare me your sarcasm, Jonathan. You are but newly born in this world.
So in the end, the accusation was true, wasn't it?
The situation is somewhat awkward nonetheless. I have not been observed sustaining myself for many decades. I have to say I'm a trifle embarrassed.
Anyway, I have concluded my inquiries concerning your blackmailer.
I see. Please excuse my agitated state. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't let anyone see me in this condition.
The case is closed, your ladyship. The person who took advantage of you has, shall we say, seen the error of her ways.
So who was it?
My lady, the blackmailer was dealt with using the utmost discretion. The culprit's identity is of no relevance.
Thank you, Jonathan. That is exactly what I needed from you. You have proven your loyalty, so, as a friend, Please accept this small token of my appreciation.
Thank you, my lady.
If you have an inclination to learn more about vampires or your current situation, I will be glad to aid you in your quest for knowledge.
So many dialogue to go through. Am I a vampire?
A vampire? Is that what I am? What we are?
Such a crude word, defined by penny dreadfuls and drunken hacks. No. You are now an Ekon, and that you shall remain.
And Ekon is a vampire?
So we are Ekons. How can I identify us amongst other vampires?
How?
Isn't Ekons a Pokemon?
All Ekon are vampires. But all vampires are not Ekon. We are but a branch of the immortal tree.
Are you an Ekon too?
Yes, I am. We are the closest thing to what man refers to as vampires.
Ah, you were there. Huh.
Forget what you think you know about us.
Yeah. That's pretty neat mod. Like the music.
I've been hearing a voice talking in my head. Is this some kind of insanity? It feels like the voice of the vampire that created me.
Hush. Tell no one this. It would be unwise to talk of such things amongst British immortals. Speak no more of your maker.
Okay, well if they're not British. Are you my maker?
Excuse my forwardness, but... are you my maker?
Me? Goodness, no. Only a foolish immortal would create a progeny without taking precaution, and I'm no fool.
How could this cause offense?
Only the powerful immortals can mentally call to their progeny. No vampire or hunter will sleep easy, knowing that an unidentified elder is stalking the streets of London.
I don't understand. Why was I created and then left for dead?
That is a question only the one who made you can answer. It's not normal practice. I doubt even if you find him, he will answer you, considering how cruelly he treated you.
So me being a vampire could have been a mistake.
I very much doubt it, Jonathan. Contrary to the legends, it is not as simple to make another vampire by just biting someone.
How does it work in this universe?
I'd like to avoid creating another vampire by mistake anyway. Tell me, how is it done?
Is there like a form they have to fill out?
The process is dangerous. It could even kill your potential progeny. If you did decide to sire an offspring, they must drink of your blood, Jonathan.
Okay. In Vampire the Masquerade, that's more of a ghoul thing, but... alright, I guess you can become a vampire by drinking their vampire's blood in this universe. Okay, that's us. Do I really want to know about her? Oh, this is a great question to ask a woman.
I know this is beyond the pale, but may I inquire your age?
Really? And I thought you were gentlemen. If you must know, I'm 27. I've been 27 for a long time now, and 27 I shall remain.
Sounds like a lot of women, yeah.
And who bestowed upon you this eternal youth?
My maker. He left this isle a long time ago.
Very well. But I believe there is more to this than you are saying.
A lady has to have some secrets.
Well, it's more than some, usually.
Why does Dr. Swansea allow you to feed on the patients of the hospital?
Dr. Swansea is a good and compassionate man. He is trying to find a solution for our... hunger. Until that happens, he is clever enough to understand that I only feed upon the dying.
What do you know about this Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole?
The Brotherhood is well known amongst London vampire society. As long as our kind is discreet, and as long as they do not interfere, we have come to a mutual understanding.
And no one suspected you of the murders?
As you well know, suspicion has recently fallen on me of killing for pleasure. But you have my word, Jonathan. I take no pleasure in taking a life.
Why did you save me in the canning factory?
I could hardly stand by and watch such a promising young blood as yourself be torn to shreds by some gutter scowl.
What type of vampire is a Scar?
Not a true vampire. The deformed offspring of lesser vampires. It is a shame these creatures run wild, slaves to their baser instincts.
William Bishop wasn't the vampire that created me then?
No, Jonathan. Whatever their strength and demeanor, Scowls are the progeny of careless vampires. It cannot be the other way round.
Are there many vampires here in London?
Immortals are of a rare breed, and we often tend to hide. But you may occasionally meet some of us at night.
Do you know any of them? Have you an idea of the identity of the vampire who attacked me?
You mean your maker? No, Jonathan, I have no clue. But I fear he or she is as careless as cruel. To let you discover your new condition by yourself.
What do you mean?
Every now and then, you may discover an immortal in the deep of the night. But we are a rare and reclusive breed. Our progeny is almost never accidental.
Will they all be as affable as you, my lady?
I do not see why not. But remember, even the shark smiles before he bites.
That sounds like a lesson from experience.
Vampire politics are as intricate and sometimes tedious as a game of chess in a gentleman's club. I've learned from experience it is best to decline to play.
Oh, there's a lot of chess in gentlemen's club, alright.
When I awoke, changed, I was chased and attacked by vampire hunters. Prepared and well-trained.
Though I can't be certain, more than likely it was the once glorious Guard of Priwen.
Once glorious, but still dangerous.
They have seen better days, but all fanatics are dangerous. You would be wise to stay clear. They are sworn to destroy our kind.
You make them sound like some sort of cult.
More a society. And like all the best ones, a secret society. I thought them almost gone, but it seemed they have been recruiting.
I've been away from London and England for 3 years. This isn't the city I remember.
Things have gone from bad to worse here, Jonathan. I've lived in this city for a long time, and I've never seen it like this.
The Spanish flu has hit London that bad?
Yes, but it's not just that. I've heard things. Things I've not heard for a very, very long time. There are whispers in the shadows. Something far worse than the Spanish flu is here in the city.
What is it you fear?
Fear has long since flown this form. But there is something malevolent circling us. I feel fear is merely waiting in the wings.
I bid you farewell, for now, my lady. I must quickly analyze the blood I took from Nurse Crane's patient.
I met him in New York once.
If only.
Alright, let's see. I probably had side quests somewhere. Oh yeah, there's the pharmacy.
There were more of us, less resignation, and more determination.
Alright, what do I want to do now? Let's level up our character a little bit. Okay, we'll save this for later. That's an ultimate. That should probably be something I think about. Not right now, but we'll think about it. Spring. Stable. Fatigued. Everyone's fucking tired of me fucking around, huh? Okay, let's do the side quest while we're here. Oh, what are these? To determine what the Prill agents have discovered. You didn't hear that, really?
Watch yourselves! There's one of them! Bloody leech!
Ah, it's nice doing this. I'm a higher level than them. Finally. Survey mission, 25th October from Guard of Ridwin, Command Post Do East End patrols, object vampire activity, hospitals, survey, investigate. 3 days ago, one of our new recruits heard a rumor about the presence of a female vampire hiding in Pembroke Hospital. All we have is her first name, Thelma. Your mission is to discreetly go there and observe any suspicious activity concerning said leech, then report directly back to us. We will decide what action should be taken. Find a local command post of the guard crew. Okay. Have to cross this bridge again. To the part of town that I completely ruined. Nope. Common handle part, cool. I think that's useful for healing, for crafting shit. 16, I don't know. Oh man. These guys are a bit out of my league, I think. We can try. See. Can't quite do level 3. Is it one or the other? just recycle all of these. Maybe, whatever.
This is despicable.
Hold on, is there another way in? Steal the reports leading to the hospital. Okay, is there a stealthy way to do that? Can't go in through the back, huh? Come on, look at all these windows I could probably go through. Definitely isn't Deus Ex, I can tell you that. Alright, guess we only have one option then.
This is no place for a gentleman.
Steady, boys! We've got one of them!
Well, there's that. Just gonna... in here. I've perfected the ability of staying completely still. That's why you can't see me.
Die, vermin!
Ooh, collectible. Okay, report about Pembroke. 2nd November from Scott Louis Cagney to Mr. Jeffrey McCullum. Object Pembroke Hospital survey vampire activity. Sir, having observed the Pembroke Hospital for 2 weeks now, we confirm vampire activity there. First, we have proof of the presence of a female leech inside the hospital. The beast is clever. She acts like a mental patient. To hide her true identity, unholy condition, I personally sneaked inside the hospital and heard the creature whining about her need for blood since her body is decaying. But it gets worse. The administrator of the Pembroke Hospital is Dr. Swansea. According to our team leader, he may be a member of the Brotherhood of St. Paul. If that's true, then there may be something big going on at Pembroke. Maybe even a nest of vampires protected by those bloody traitors at the Stoll. We don't know what to do, but we are convinced you better come quickly with reinforcements and heavy gear. Okay, so I can handle a level 17 enemy on my own. But only one of them, I think. It's gonna be interesting to see how I handle them all at once. You don't really gain much XP from fighting them, though, so I don't really think it's worth it. So if it's possible, just walk past them. I think I will. Yeah, being invisible seems pretty useful. I think I'm just gonna keep increasing my stamina then. It's gonna be a really useful ability. Maybe not in combat, but if we're just, you know, getting around, it's gonna speed things up a lot for us. Okay. Okay. Uh-oh. How do I get back? Okay. So you can't open these doors while invisible. Alright, fair enough. None of my business. Thelma. Where's Thelma?
How long must I wait, damn it? Blaming me will not further your agenda, sir. How long is it going to take to fix me from here, huh?
You are going to...
Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
Alright, about the men who were tracking you.
I have made inquiries about the men who were tracking you, Miss Howcroft.
I did not expect a mortal to have this sort of courage. Speak, Doctor. Why are they hunting me down?
It was a misunderstanding. These hunters were in fact looking for a very different creature, but they mistakenly put their sights on you.
I knew it. I have become undone. Those hunters have discovered me, but they don't know what I'm capable of.
If you'll accept some advice from a petty mortal, I think you should assume a low profile and just quietly disappear into the shadows.
You are right. And you have served me well, mortal. Take this as a reward for your time. Perhaps I will allow you to drink deep of my blood. One day.
Thank you. I'll keep that proposition in mind.
Okay.
Tell me, Thelma, what do you really know about vampires?
I saw one and he saw me. I watched him hunt and kill. I saw his terrible wounds heal as his victim died. And then I knew I was saved.
You mean you actually saw a vampire? Here in London?
Yes. And it has been the answer to my pain. I must drink and kill to regenerate my decaying body. I am a vampire too.
You have no idea what problems your claim could cause if heard by the wrong people, Miss Howcroft. You must stop this nonsense now.
Why fear the truth? Strange things live in the dark, Dr. Reed. Strange and ancient beings that were here before this island even had a name.
You're gonna blow my cover, lady!
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
So many deaths. And what of my own life?
Alright. Maybe we can handle the pharmacy now.
Don't come closer.
Okay. Check the map. Okay. Bridge.
Best run along home, sir. Oi! You listening? Get them weapons ready! We found one! Shit die, vermin!
Just these two? Maybe we can YOLO this. Barely got through that. Dr. Strickland's list, or by Dr. Thoreau Strickland, Pembroke Hospital, list of substances and ingredients. Bunch of words that I'll have difficulty pronouncing.
Opium is one of the main ingredients of Strickland's medication. Never a good move.
But it works so well today, right? Okay. Be thorough Strickland.
So many deaths. What of my own life? You are going to reveal all.
How can we be sure we're making a difference?
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
I located the shop, but it was vandalized, and the owner is missing. All I found was your order.
I was afraid of such bad news. People are so desperate they're ready to burgle a shop for drugs.
That's quite a list you ordered. Opium, sodium hypochlorite. It can't be just headaches you're trying to cure.
This dreadful influenza, of course. I already ran some tests on hopeless cases. Without success, I must admit.
Do you realize you could create a lethal poison without the correct dosage? Then there are the legal ramifications.
Is this not true of any medical substance, Dr. Reed? However, if you would agree to improve it, I'd be glad to accept your help.
As long as you promise to be scrupulous with your experiments, I may try to gather these substances, and even help improve upon the mixture.
That's all I'm asking for, Dr. Reed. That's all I'm asking.
I want to know about these secret tests you run, and if they can save people from this epidemic. Speak to me now, Thoreau.
I know I may sound presumptuous, but I'm just following your steps, Dr. Reed. I'm casting away the shadows of ignorance by daring to face them.
Self-confidence is essential in our line of work, my young colleague, but only if tempered with the correct amount of cynicism.
But you never doubt yourself, Dr. Reed. I've read all your articles and books. You performed the most daring research during the war.
Don't you think we have enough work already? Perhaps now is not the best time to be chasing shadows.
Chasing shadows, really? It's funny those words coming from the only doctor here who has spent more time outside this hospital than in.
Tell me, Thoreau, what's the real cause of your dislike for Dr. Ackroyd?
He refuses to admit that your blood transfusion technique is the only way to save Mr. Fiddick. I'm convinced we must use it.
What Dr. Ackroyd really said is that you lack the skill to perform this operation efficiently. Is there anything you have to say about this?
It's a false conceit. Dr. Ackroyd secretly envies your reputation. His jealousy blinds him. I'm not the real target here.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland. I can't let Strickland put his patients at risk with opium. Perhaps An adjusted formula will deliver more of a placebo effect.
This hospital seems to be...
Bring 1 unit.
But in the circumstances, I'm willing to give you the benefit.
Okay, let's go up to the lab and see what drugs we have. Hopefully I already have enough. Keep forgetting I can sprint.
Strickland's project could be dangerous. I have a mind to report him to Dr. Aykroyd.
What should I do? Okay. Well, since I made the medication, I should know what I'm doing, so...
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
I have managed to improve the mixture by diluting it. Have you ever heard of Sir Joseph Francis Olive? Or the placebo effect?
No, I don't think so. Why?
A placebo is a substance or procedure that has no actual physical effect.
You made a placebo of my project. Why?
Research has established that a placebo, as long as the subject believes in the effect, can provoke a positive physiological reaction.
Really? That's fascinating. And you want me to, what, administer the placebo and see what occurs?
Something like that, yes.
Well, I'm a bit surprised, but I trust you, Dr. Reed. Please take the key to my cabinet and put this placebo there for future use.
We're in.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Where the fuck is his office? We have access now.
At least Strickland can't kill anyone with this formula.
Well, they don't need these, right?
It's locked, all right.
Damn. Patient, Mortimer Goswick. Patient shows many signs of extreme fatigue, major sores on the throat. No signs of flu, refuses to speak. Maybe we should talk about Mortimer a little bit more then. Unknown? What the hell?
This hospital seems to be falling apart. But in the circumstances...
Good evening,
I'm
Mr.
willing to
Goswick.
give you the benefit of
How are you?
I'm okay.
Your medical report says you're not affected by the Spanish flu. What do you think of that, Mortimer?
Does it make me happy? Not in the slightest. If it was up to me, I would have left this place long ago. I know I don't belong here.
And why do you think you don't belong here?
I know the staff have more important things to do than look after me. There's plenty of patients here who need their attention.
I have to go now, sir.
I'm all right. Don't waste your time with me.
Good evening.
I've read your son's medical report, Beatrice. It's not the flu or anything life-threatening. What has you so worried?
He was at death's door when he was brought here. I just want him to be better as soon as possible.
He's not out of the woods yet, you know. He might need to stay here longer than expected.
Take care of him then, Dr. Reed. People here only seem to focus on contagious patients. I worry my poor Mortimer will be neglected.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Alright, let's see what we have. Okay, I completed all the side quests I found here. But Whitechapel investigations. The trinkets, more. Yeah, let's finish up. Let's try to finish up some of the side quests we have. And that's where we're gonna call it then, once we get all that done. Oh wait, I have some XP though. Hold on. Shadow Veil. God damn it, need to be level 12. Level 12, oh, blocker. I do need to find a better, attack here. Shadow Mist. Blood Cult. Get an ultimate, maybe? Blood Cauldron. Okay. You focus your power to boil your target's blood, causing it to violently explode, dealing damage to the target and anything nearby. Okay, Abyss. You create Shadow Vortex at your target's feet, coming to life. The shadow interrupts an enemy. The shadows interrupt an enemy in the area and inflict tremendous damage. Rage. You lose control and let the beast take over for a short time. The beast teleports itself to all enemies around you and strikes them with furious blows. Ooh, that sounds fun. This one does 400 blood damage and 230 damage. What? But it'll cost me all of my points though. But we do need an ultimate. Let's try it out. Or if we fuck around often enough, Like, just do jack shit and keep advancing time, things will just get worse. All the way at the end.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
We gotta do what we gotta do.
This is despicable.
Imagine what he had to do in the booth.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Voice actor was just told, pretend you're sucking off a rat right now. Okay.
I cannot enter.
Oh.
It's locked, all right. Good evening, Mr. Petrescu. What are you doing here?
I could ask you the exact same question, Mr. Doctor. Now leave me alone.
I know you fought for your country when it was occupied, Darius. Tell me more about it.
I know my days are numbered, and I know I won't see my homeland again. But I fought for Romania all my life, and I will until my last breath.
But Romania escaped the grasp of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. It's a free country again.
It is not the country I fought for. My homeland is not appeased, Doctor. But I still see a dark future ahead for my people.
What do you plan to do now that Nurse Crane is gone?
I'm not sure. Strange men came to see me after Dorothea's death, with strange weapons and very odd stories.
You believe them? Aren't you too old to hold a weapon or listen to scary stories?
Yes, I am old and alone and will die soon, but if these stories are true, maybe I have found myself another cause.
What kind of stories?
Stories all Romanian children know. It was as if I was home again. Vampires, Mr. Doctor. Vampires.
Are you living on the streets, Mr. Petrescu?
And why not? Those who believe they'll be safe behind walls are blind.
What about your house?
My house is always open to any poor soul needing a roof. All my work here is lost now that Dorothea is gone, thanks to you.
Why are you so aggressive?
I remember the night you came here and convinced me to open my door to you, sir. I'd like to punch you right on your chops.
Tell me everything you know about Camellia, the mute florist.
I do not believe in the afterlife, Doctor, but I'm almost convinced Camellia is an angel. She volunteered to give out our medical leaflets.
Who is she, really? Do you know where she's from?
She's not from around here, that's all we know. Camellia is not even her name. It's her favorite flower.
You say she has no close family?
Well, there's that awful poet who constantly follows her around like a lost puppy. A good man for sure, but a very poor writer.
Are you not worried for her safety?
She is as brave as she is tough, and clever too. If only I had met her when I was younger.
Are you in love with Camellia, Mr. Petrescu?
Don't be stupid. If I had met her when I was younger, we could have won our revolution.
Did you refuse to publish Richard Nethercott's previous works, Darius?
Yes. His manuscript is as pompous as he is starched. Now there's a man who loves the sound of his own voice.
You could have told him so.
As a great writer recently said, politeness is the most acceptable hypocrisy.
I heard what happened to Nurse Crane. How do you feel, Mr. Petrescu?
Everything was going well until you arrived. Dorothea helped people and will be sorely missed.
I regret it too. I wish she'd continued working at the Pembroke Hospital. She was a good nurse.
So you put an end to the operation? Did you put an end to Dorothea as well?
You seem to have a lot on your chest, sir. What's wrong?
I heard you are a famous surgeon. Tell me, what did you do to Dorothea? She was so bright, so clever. Then you made her an empty shell.
I didn't use drugs or medical trickery, Mr. Petrescu. All I did was talk to Nurse Crane. I promise you.
But what happened to her then? After you left, she did not even recognize me. Then she got careless and sick, and I had to flee.
Tell me everything.
I do not...
And there's nothing extra here.
Goodbye, Mr. Petrescu.
All your problems. As long as you have the money. When science fails you, this elixir will give you faith again.
Eh.
Its effectiveness has been proven.
Okay, so it's somewhere here. Large beast. Oh shit. Used hatchet. One of those things, not again.
This could be the box Lewis thought he lost.
There we go.
There's a letter inside.
Where's my junk? Oh, here's the box. Small box. Barrett, there's no easy way to say it. I'm going to be blunt. You can't keep on like this. At least I can't keep on like this. If Joe ever finds out about this, about his wife and his best friend, it will crush him. Then he will kill you. We had some good time together. Let's face it. I'm never going to be your Jane Lewis. You know it, and I know it too. So, I'm ending this right here and right now. If you agree with my decision, I'm sure we'll find a way to be happy again. You, Joe, and me in time. And then the most important part of our story will have been preserved. Until that day, I wish you forgive me. Goodbye for now, Jane Peterson.
A love letter from Joe Peterson's wife, addressed to Barrett Lewis. Who should I give it to, I wonder?
I don't really give a shit. It's Barrett. Let's see if we're going in the right direction.
I shouldn't. Fancy buying something, sir?
You never lose your focus, do you? I found this box in an abandoned building nearby. I believe it belongs to you.
Let's have a look. Yeah, this is mine. So, you faced those loons that roam around there. Extraordinary.
I suppose I was lucky.
Luck is a commodity round here. Yours should be properly rewarded.
About this package, it's not just tools and trinkets, is it?
I want to be rude or anything after your kind gesture, but it's none of your business.
Okay.
Barrett, you had an affair with Joe's wife, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. She's the only woman I loved. My first regret is that she stayed with Joe after Harry was born. The second is I never shed a tear when she died.
Did you ever try talking to Joe?
Never. But I suspected he knew everything, even without knowing it. And he decided to make me pay in his own way.
Do you mean you're Harry's father?
No one will ever know for sure. And it's better that way. And I don't believe I'd have been all that bad as a dad.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Lewis.
Alright, investigation done. Oh geez. Cemetery. Oh no, that kind of spooks me out. Going to the cemetery. That might be a side quest we take care of afterwards then. Okay, let's head back and look at the blood sample then. Too much trouble. Shit, cemetery's all the way over there. I guess we can take a look. I'd like to thank whoever decided to leave all this money laying around. Okay, retrieve Samuel, the disciple in the cemetery. Well, if you're gonna mind your own business, I guess I'll just be on my way. fuck while I'm healing.
What do you want? Somebody help! Who are you? What do you want? Somebody help! Who are you? What do you want?
Are you the disciple I'm looking for?
Are you all right, miss?
I don't know. Who were those people? They wanted to kill me. Why?
They've lost their minds in the epidemic. They won't come back for now.
You seem to know a lot about them, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm investigating this disease.
I am Xiaoxun. Thank you so much for helping me, Mr. Reed. I must go to the cemetery now. Goodbye.
Well, don't let me stop you.
Shouldn't you go back home, where you'll be safe?
Maybe later. But for now, I need to talk to my husband at the cemetery, Mr. Reed.
Where exactly is he? Do you know where Sam is, by the way? Maybe this blood would tell me something.
Carnage. Is Father Whitaker's disciple among the bodies, I wonder?
Let's use our Witcher senses. I mean vampire senses.
This man's far too old to be Samuel. No. By the look of his clothes, this man's a docker. Samuel isn't here. I had better follow the blood trail.
Well, there's
As
Sam.
I feared. Samuel no longer preaches the good word.
Ah, fuck you. Hold still. What was... God... Oh man, I hate navigating this thing. Okay, 12th October. Father Worker is so righteous, so full blah blah blah. Father Worker and I went to the abandoned house. Tonight, we both went to the whorehouses, boarding canal. Miss Mitt was very afraid, blah blah blah. Tonight, for the first time, it was my turn to lead the round. I chose to return where we went 10 days ago, where inmate souls need to be free. Father Whitaker approved of my choice. Since the good man's work is never finished, and Saint never sleeps, he explained. He also said, if I keep showing so much zeal, he may soon give me more important missions and tasks. Can't wait. 3 more souls have been cleansed from corruption tonight. If not presumptuous, so blah blah blah, whatever.
I have this thirst for blood. This is despicable.
Okay, back to Whitechapel. Oh wait, don't have the lock for it.
I'll be gentle. Pay me a bottle and I'll be thirsty.
You are
Good evening, Mr. Whitaker.
It's Father Whitaker, my son.
I have found Samuel, your disciple. I am afraid I have bad news.
I already expected the worst. He should already have come back. He is dead, isn't he?
Yes, he is now. The epidemic took him.
Samuel steadily made donations to our cause. He would have rewarded you himself if you'd found me in that awful cemetery. Please accept this money.
Tobias Whitaker, confess why you burnt those people alive.
I have done what no one was ready to do. I will smite the flesh of the unclean to protect the righteous.
Oh, so that's what was in the letter.
You are just another heartless murderer, exploiting the epidemic to kill with impunity.
No! No. The only way to contain the spread is to strike at the source itself. The proliferating sick.
You're not the savior of London. You're just a glorified sadist.
I take no pleasure in this awful cleansing, Dr. Reed. I am only driven by the thousands of innocents I save each night.
Why did you send Samuel to the cemetery, Tobias? What did you see there?
I sent him on a vision. A dream of a dreadful and laughing queen covered with blood, sleeping with the dead and feeding on the fear of the dying.
A laughing queen dressed in blood. Tell me more.
This epidemic is her feast, the announcement of her return. Against her, science is no more than a child's toy.
But who is she?
She is the mother of harlots and abomination of the earth. She is Babylon, drunk on the blood of the saints.
Your disciple, Samuel, stole from the dead in Stonebridge Cemetery. I have proof of his crime, and proof of his death.
No! Samuel was the best of us. So devoted, so zealous. He gave all he had for the cause. He tirelessly preached the good word.
He defiled the dead with his petty thefts. That's how he financed your misguided crusade.
Think what you will. When this city is saved, he will be praised for his devoted fortitude. He walked boldly into the mouth of abomination.
Your precious Samuel used you. He was an immoral crook.
If that's true, then he will be my burden to bear during this endless night.
I have heard enough.
Okay, so where were we? Westwise. One more district we haven't visited yet, so. I don't know what to do about Widow of Distress. It's not giving me details. Okay. Well, we'll just leave you alone then.
When science fails you.
Are you all right?
The bastard hit the wall next to me. I don't even know if he meant to miss.
If you've been hurt, I can help you. I'm a doctor.
Name's Albert. Remember it. Now bugger off.
What happened? Did you really steal that man's medication?
Hey, I didn't do anything. It ain't me.
Medication and drugs are a rare commodity in East London. So you picked an easy target, didn't you?
Sod off, mister. You ain't got no clue what's going on here. Bastard was a soldier in the war, so now he's got the right to shoot me.
It's true. I'm not familiar with this part of town. Perhaps you could help me.
I said sod off. Go find yourself another guide.
Goodbye, young man. What? Shooting a boy in the middle of the street.
Not the best thing to do, wouldn't you say?
What? You saw what happened? Who are you?
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd like to ask you a few questions, if you promise me to set your gun aside.
No. Look, I'm not a violent man. I'm Benjamin Palmer, doctor. And no one can help me. Not even you.
Alright, Edgelord.
What is it, Benjamin? It was the war, wasn't it? Your nerves are shot, aren't they? I need some answers, Private. From one soldier to another.
The doctors called me a liar. A coward. Put me in a straitjacket, locked me up. Finally, they sent me back to the front lines with a handful of tablets.
Yes. Sounds like shell shock. I've seen a few cases like yours. This is nothing you should be ashamed of, Benjamin. And it's perfectly natural in your situation.
I'm not ashamed. I just need my pills. Peace and quiet, that's all.
Whatever the boy did, I'm sure he didn't deserve a public execution.
I swear I didn't want to hit him. It's just that I'm sick in the head, you see, and the boy just failed me last nerve.
Perhaps you could focus for a moment and tell me your troubles.
I'm sick, broke, and my son just stole my pills. Everything's coming up roses.
What can you tell me about this place?
Nothing to say, really. This is where I used to live, and this is where I live now.
You don't have anywhere to go? No family that would welcome you?
Not since the death of my wife, Albert's mother. She was sick, you see. Long before the flu and all this shit.
You mean you used to have a better life?
Yeah, I had a wife, a home, and a job. I even used to have a name. Now I'm just Ben. Ben the Tramp.
A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper make a terrible cocktail, sir. Goodbye for now. How are you, boy?
I'm not your boy, all right? Now piss off.
Goodbye, young man.
Alright, not much to do with that. Okay, I guess we're going back and analyzing the blood now. Get over here. Just going back home. Oh, come over here.
I'm sure Albert would like to know he's been accepted by the Wet Boot Boys.
Promising recruit. Well, that's convenient. I was wondering what was going on with those people. Okay, let me read the note. The problem of reading is that you have to read in real time, and not safe to read sometimes. Concerning recruitment, new boys, Whitechapel, found one, Albie. He's as stupid as a stool, but tough. And as to improve me, he gets some drugs. Oh, that's why. Oh.
Come on, we can sort it out, right? It's not my call, Barrett. You pay one way or another.
The Swanborough cordial can be the answer to all your problems. As long as you have the money.
Where the fuck is he? There he is. Alright, well, there's no one else around. Well, lucky for you, I just want to get this quest over with. Your dad's not around, so...
How are you, boy?
I'm not your boy, alright? Now piss off.
I found the recruiter you were expecting. He's dead, but he carried a note. The Wet Boot Boys have accepted your application.
I knew it! I told you I was tough enough. I'll be free soon.
You're being manipulated by these criminals. What's worse is that you're clever enough to know better.
You're all fancy words, none of which concern me. Go worry about someone else. I'm fine and I have a future here.
Goodbye, young man.
Bloody heart, boy.
Good evening, Benjamin.
I'm afraid...
A gun, alcohol...
Well, guess we're done with that. Now we have to run all the way back. Yeah, so investing in stamina was a really good idea. It's good for combat, it's good for sprinting. Stamina. Invest in it. Or if there was anything here. No. Okay, light blood serum. Regenerate 60 blood points instantly. Okay. Light stamina serum. Free stamina. Okay. Cool. Small bag of junk. Sure.
Razvan Vasily was infected by Spanish flu, but also has the highly unstable blood of the Skulls. Is the London vampire epidemic transmitted through the flu? I should talk to Dr. Swansea about it.
Oh shit, chapter 3. Well then. This makes this a really good spot for us to call it for tonight. So let's see if I can heal up a little bit, or do whatever, actually increase my skills somewhere. Shadow Veil. Not enough points. Not enough points. Yeah, best to save up, actually. Let's just confirm, then just rest for one night. Alright, things haven't changed much. Okay then. Okay, Widow in distress. Convince that lady to go back to Whitechapel. Alright, so that's something. At least we know what's happening with that quest now. I was wondering why it was just blank. Alright then, so since we just started chapter 3, I think we will resume it next time. It's just a good spot for us to close it for today. For anyone who's watching, thank you for watching. Thank you, JParko5, for participating in chat. And yeah, that's it, guys. See you guys next time. Good night.